How's it going, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas. It's been an incredibly tough year for us all, so I hope you're staying safe. In today's video, I'm going to be creating a powerful hardstyle melody. I'm going to be using a melody from a Headhunterz song just because he makes incredible melodies. But without further ado, I hope you enjoy, and let's get straight into this. So like I said in the intro, the melody I'll be using is a Headhunterz melody from one of his tracks called Home. It's a very, very good melody. This is what it sounds like. So I've separated it into two patterns here, the top melody and then the chords. So we're going to be layering the top melody, then adding some chords, and then we'll add a bass line in once we've done them too. A quick disclaimer, I'm not recreating the exact same sound and sound selection and preset sounds that Headhunterz used in his track. It's going to be my own rendition, just showing you how to create one, how to mix the leads, and yeah, let's get straight into this. So far I've decided to choose 5 leads. I'm probably going to add more since hardstyle melodies and layering can be incredibly in-depth and precise. But I've gone with 5 lead layers here. I'm going to go through each individual one and show you where they're from. So lead 1 is from the incredible Fruity Masters sound bank. I would highly recommend this for hardstyle. I've also purchased his sample pack because it comes with incredible kicks, drums, effects, stuff like that. So I highly recommend. Sounds very, very nice. It's called Lead Tweaking. Of course, inspired by the Tweakers. Incredible hardstyle producers there. Again, lead 2 is from the Fruity Masters sound bank. It sounds like this. More of a clean saw. This adds more of a wide sound, makes it sound more clean. Lead 3 is from a Code Black producers group sound bank, which is very, very nice. It sounds like this. Has a square wave going on here, so it gives it more of a unique sound compared to the other two. Lead 4 is from, again, the Fruity Master sound bank. A very gritty sound. And then lead 5 to finish off is, again, from the Fruity Master sound bank. Sounds like this. So they're all pretty dirty leads. Overall, it sounds like this. This is non-mixed. So they're the 5 layers I've chosen. Now I'm going to go through, link them to their buses, do some group mixing, some individual mixing on the inserts, and I'll show you the mix chain I come up with. So for the processing, I've gone ahead and added a reverb carry just because we need it, because hardstyle reverb is incredibly powerful and prominent. We need to clean it up, otherwise it'll get quite messy. So for the process, I'm going to solo individual leads and show you what I've done. On lead 1, we've done a simple EQ, cut it off the low end, and doing quite a few dips on the resonant frequencies here, because otherwise it's very, very resonant if I turn off the mix chain. Just cleans it up a bit, just in case all these plugins here, they do make it even more prominent, so it is quite piercing on the ears. Lead 2, I've added a dimension expander and 2 EQs, just boosting the low end and cutting the low end. Pretty basic. Lead 3's done the same thing, except instead of doing 2 EQs, I've added an S1 stereo imager from Waves just to widen out the sound a bit more. Lead 4 is just a basic EQ, and lead 5 is also just a basic EQ as well. That's just cleaned up the leads a bit more, got rid of the nasty low end that we don't need. Next we'll move on to the group bus. This is very similar to my usual mix chains, Novel Tech character, Fruity Blood Overdrive, EQ, OTT, another EQ, another EQ, and a Fruity compressor to compress the leads, squeeze them together. Nothing too major. The big thing is in the reverb bus with the delay and the reverb. This gives it that huge sound. So you can see the reverb tower is very long, so you need this reverb carry to clean it up. Yeah, that's what the leads sound like. I'm going to play through the whole thing so you can hear it, and then yeah, we'll move on to the chords. I would also like to point out, once we've finished the chords on the bass, I'm going to be doing some pitch automation to replicate the actual original song. It has some pitch bends in the leads in certain parts, so we're going to do that at the end. But yeah, now let's move on to the chords. So a complete dummy I am. I didn't actually realise that I didn't link the rest of the 4 leads here to the bus. So I was sitting there thinking it was making some sort of incredible change when in reality I only had lead 1 linked to the bus. So I do apologise for that. I'm going to play through the leads again just so you can hear what they sound like individually linked to the bus, just because I was thinking they was all linked to the bus when they actually wasn't. So these are what the other 4 leads sound like linked to the bus. So now that is what the final result is meant to be, not just this. So I do apologise for that. That's a rookie mistake by myself. But now we can move on to the chords, which is what I have here. I've already done the mixing because it's quite basic. I didn't want them too aggressive just because I want the leads to be the forefront. These are just support chords, they're not lead chords. They don't need to be blaring in your ears. So the 4 sounds I've chosen sound like this. This is called Chords Heady Chords, which you've guessed it correctly, is from the Fruity Masters bank itself. Very nice. Chords 2 is again from that bank, and then 3 and 4 I believe are from different banks. I'm not sure where this one is from. Actually, it's just a saved preset I have. It's called Chords Noise Controllers, which is some very, very gritty, aggressive chords. Has that aggressive crunch and bite to your chords. And then these chords here are from the Code Black sound bank. As you can hear, this one's panned to the right and chords 2 are panned to the left. For the processing, very basic, like I said, just minimal processing just to keep them as support chords. Small dip here on the 5 kHz range for chords 1. Chords 2, just taking out the low end. Chords 3 is got a stereo imager making it more mono. This is the crunchy chords. Doing a small dip in the 2800 Hz range and a small high end cut. And then chords 4 is got nothing on it because there's no low end in there anyway. And then for the group, very, very, very basic. Just a Noble Tech character, a Blood Overdrive and an EQ. Nothing compared to the actual leads. And then for the reverb, it's the identical to the leads reverb, the exact same delay, the exact same reverb, and I just made some small adjustments to the EQ just to make them less bright to sit behind the leads. So now I can actually show you a before and after now they're all linked. So this is before the processing, and this is after. I'm going to play you what they sound like together, and I hope you enjoy. They're sounding very nice. I'm going to do a bit more cleaning up on the leads, and then I'm going to add some bass line, and then I'll finish off the tutorial by adding the pitch bends on the chords and the leads to make it more like the original. So let's add the bass line in. So I've made the bass very, very simple just for this tutorial. It's pretty basic in the original song as well. I've just used 3 layers here. I've used a sub layer, which is a basic initial preset, a saw wave, pitched down 2 octaves with a low pass filter, added on, turn the cutoff down, and then added a magical plugin known as R-Bass from Waves. This is incredible for your sub. I'm going to play with it without, and it sounds like this. The difference there is incredible, so definitely recommend R-Bass. That's a very basic sound. It's just cutting off the low end with the EQ, and it just fills up the sub. That's all it's needed for. And then we use a saw bass to add more of a gritty harmonic layer on top so you can hear it on phone speakers and stuff like that. Very basic EQ, cutting off the high end, cutting off the low end so it doesn't interfere with the sub. And then I've done a technique here where I've duplicated the saw bass, but I've turned up the note to +7 so we can do a harmonic layer. That adds a cool little effect in the bass line. So that is very, very basic bass. That is pretty much it, just an R bass and EQs. So now I'm going to work on the pitch bend before I play the final result. So we're going to do the pitch bend in the chords and the leads, and then we can end the video and play the final result. So let's get straight into that. So here's what I've got for the pitch automation. It's pretty basic, just simple bits on each bar. and then the major one is here with this note here. That's the main pitch bend in the whole melody. I've done a technique which I've shown in the past of previous videos, and other producers like Ollie James and Maddox show how to link multiple sounds to one automation clip. For the leads, I've done a small technique quickly on the portamento of the actual MIDI information, where I've pitched it down right here to 2 octaves below, which also helps with the pitch automation to get that gritty effect that Headhunterz does. So I'm just going to play the leads on its own with the pitch automation, and this is what it sounds like. So it sounds pretty nice on the chords. This is the major part here. And then the bass is kept the same. So that is the final result. So I'm going to play through what we have made in this tutorial. I'm going to let it run for 16 bars and then we can end the video. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And here we go. And that is what we have made. So it's sounding very, very good. I'm very proud of it. And that is pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. If you did, smash the like button. Helps the channel grow and I really appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe. I've got more content coming on the way. This may be my final video of 2020. I'm not sure. I'll try and get one more video out. And then in 2021, we'll go even harder. And hopefully this COVID nonsense clears up and we can get back to normal. So I hope you're all doing well. Stay safe and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Take care and see you later.